Hello everyone and welcome back to Xenogears Sequel, or Zags. If you're interested in playing the game yourself, links are in the description. If you're new, hello, maybe subscribe, especially if you're a returning person and you haven't subscribed yet. Turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. We would love to have you here. Let's just jump in. I'm trying to get through this. we're still in the pre-release build, so if there are any mistakes or anything that you've seen in this part and the previous parts, that might not be in there when you get the full game, so keep that in mind. Thank you. Alright, let's go. Let's just default all. Maybe group study for one of them. Let's change one of these to gym. For now. It's still gonna be the same, I think. Execute plan. I don't know how it's gonna go. It's pretty straightforward. Spend Monday afternoon at the house and run into Steve. We talk about upcoming frat events for a while. Got some points with Steve. Go to the gym to work out on Monday evening. Malik is there and we have a quick conversation as well. Point with Malik. Got some happiness in there. Go to the gym to work out on Tuesday morning. It's pretty quiet. Spanish lit class. It says least an easy class. Yep. I sit with Tom and we listen to Steve discuss the events of the frat party, so Adam isn't there. Oh my god, my arms are my eyes. I head to my generics class, pretty straightforward. Spend Wednesday afternoon hanging out at the house with the brothers running classes, so I take a nap. Wednesday evening for games, Nicole is out doing homework, so we play Puerto Rico. I ran into Tom Thursday morning during a break in his class schedule and play a round of Guitar Hero with him. I attend my Spanish lit class Thursday afternoon. It's an easy class. Stay with Nate, Jake, and Co. Nate and I talk about business classes. Work out Friday morning. It's pretty quiet. Spend a Friday afternoon hanging out at the house. My other brothers are in class, so I take a nap on the couch. Suddenly it's Friday evening. I meet Adam after class. He looks particularly determined. I'm going to do it, dude. Going to go hook up with the crazy twins? Haha, no. Also, I think only one of them is a little crazy. I'm going to resign from the frat, or whatever it is you do to formally quit. Oh. Last week I think kind of convinced me it was the right thing, but I wanted to think it over a bit this week. I don't know why it feels like such a big step. It's been a big part of your college experience up until now, Chico. Of course it's gonna feel like a big step. But last Friday, hang out with you instead of going to the big party, it just felt good, you know? And thanks, by the way. Beforehand I was worrying that I'd feel guilty or like I was missing out, but mostly I felt relieved at not attending. And more than that, I think I was more worried I'd disappoint Steve than anything. And then I realized it shouldn't matter what he thinks. Like, I know he has the best interests of the house in mind and all, but I hate living in this weird, constant fear of getting lectured by him. Dude, Chico, you don't have to explain yourself to me. I'm glad you're doing what feels right to you. I felt the same way as you last semester. Like I kind of didn't fit in. It's a bit less that way this semester, but I know where you're coming from. Adam nods. Thanks, dude. Can you come with me to talk to Steve? This is stupid, but it's a bit scary somehow. I'll take you to Steve like Chris took me to Q&A, Chico. Fair enough. Thanks. To my surprise, Chris and James are sitting in the common room next to a strangely stiff Tom. The room is otherwise empty. Hey dude, surprised to see you here. Chris and James stand and Chris- No, don't smile at me. I can do this! I'm not Antonio right now. Chris and James stand and James smiles at us. Oh, James had a free evening and I thought you might want to see a movie with us or something. I wasn't sure how best to find you. Well, you found us and that sounds like fun. I look over at Adam. But I think we have something we have to do. Thanks for the invite though. Maybe next time? Oh, sure. It was nice seeing you two again. They head out and Tom shakes his head. Good save, bro. What? I wouldn't want to spend time with the I wouldn't, you know that what it means either. It takes me a second to process the words, but when I do, it suddenly feels like my vision is swimming and I'm frozen in place, unable to offer a response. Dude, what the did you just say? I'm just saying. It was like they were stripping me with their eyes the entire time. It's disgusting. You're disgusting! Dude, don't tell me you're okay with... He stops and stares at Adam. Wait, that was your roommate, wasn't it? Jesus Christ, it's contagious. Is that why you and Carlos hang out all the time? You're having sex now too? Sticking your cocks in each other's... Excuse me? Wanna fight? You wanna fight? I'll fight. Me, myself. I'm not sure about Carlos. He's having his moment. I'm straight, dude, but this is not okay. You can't say stuff like that. Oh, God. I forget about this. Tom. Tom seems to ignore her. Well, I'm glad I've never known any men in my life. He looks at me, seemingly searching for agreement, but something in my expression must give my feelings away. Wait. You? Dude, shut up. Zachary Thomas, you get over here right now. Work, I work. He storms out the door. Oh god, I need to go get water. I'm not prepared for this. I'm not ready. I'm not ready for any of this. He storms out the door. Eva looks at me and seems like she's going to say something, but instead shakes her head and disappears after him. Dude, are you okay? Dude, Steve, do something about that. Steve looks between me and Adam. Look, Carlos, I don't really care if you're into dudes or chicks or whatever. Thank you. But can you maybe not make it a thing? What? There's a lot of guys here who would have a real problem with things if you were gay. Dude! And we really don't need that right now. Dude! Robert was maybe a little more vocal about it than most, and that causes a lot of drama, but... Steve, please! He pauses, seemingly trying to find the right words. You better think hard about what you're gonna say next. Can't you pretend to like women? Carlos! Oh god, I'm gonna feel this so hard. After last semester with Robert and Elliot, I can't believe you're doing this, dude. Robert almost killed your best friend and... Don't you dare, Adam. Now you want to ignore the blatant homophobia that... Nuh-uh, no, you don't get to come in here and tell me what's good for the house. You ditched us on the most important day of the most important week this semester and convinced Carlo to ditch us too. Hey! That was our decision. Don't be putting that on Adam. In fact, we're the ones that were like, you know, you do you, man. You've checked out of this group, Adam, this community, so don't you frickin' dare. At least you didn't curse. To ignore the blatant homophobia that caused this mess in the first place. You want to talk about Elliot? Let's talk about Elliot. Let's talk about how he knew his place and cared about this family. Maybe he was gay, maybe he wasn't, but he never put himself ahead of this community. He was loyal, committed, did what was best for all of us. If you knew Elliot half as well as I did, you'd know he'd want us to move past what happened. And part of that is not stirring up trouble again, staying in the closet. Steve, please. You're a coward, Steve. Better than a quitter. I knew you were a frag, Salas. Robert. This is where the freaking no! I don't know where we are in the timeline for the demo. Now I'm just like, I'm not ready. I know it was soon. God, he's so tall. He's out of the screen. Look at him. He laughs and Adam steps in front of me. Oh god, I love Free what? What are you doing back here? Relax, I'm just here to get my stuff. It might be best if you do it quickly, Robert. Whatever, I'll see you two ass faces later. Steve, what the hell? Couldn't mail his stuff to him? Are you finished? Adam makes a frustrated noise. Same. Adam makes a frustrated noise and storms out the door. Follow Adam. Confront Steve. Shit! Fuck! Okay, I can cuss. Gosh dang. Oh god, and you know how I am. I'm trying to like, I try to commit to my choices and like maybe go like one choice. I permit myself one time to go back. It's too early in the game to do that, so I gotta think about this. Oh my god, I want to follow Adam. But I also want to confront Steve about this, because I know Steve has like, he cares about like so much about the frat. So it's like, what is like confronting us? Like, are we gonna express our feelings about like, hey, I don't want to do that? Well, Adam is basically like checking up on Adam and like he's so frustrated about what the frick, like what's happening, and he's just like, he's obviously angry because he didn't want to stick around and like rage in front of anyone. I don't know what going to find Robert will do. Maybe just see, because I don't know how, we don't know how like this affected Robert. Is he like, he just doesn't care, like in a way like he doesn't care that he got in trouble and hurt someone, or if he actually is like thinking about his actions or not, and like, all of these are so good choices, I don't know. We're gonna confront Steve. Wait, how are his stats? Because I know we have like some kind of like friendship with him because we've been going to the meetings, so, and we have been hanging out at the frat. Hey, we're gonna do it. I really want to go follow Adam, but I'll do that for my own replay. Don't go back. Confront Steve. Oh man, Carlos, please don't do that, man. Oh, his face, it hurts. I turn to Steve and stare at him. Dude, think about it, eh? He turns to walk away. No, I'm not done talking to you. Excuse me? You don't get to tell me to stay in the closet. Carlos, when Tom basically just outed me like that. Carlos, you're blowing this out of proportion now! It hits me suddenly. The combination of my memories of that night with Elliot, the weight of Tom's the weight. I can't, I'm gonna have so many feelings right now. The weight of Tom's words, and I stumble against the couch, falling into it. Are you done? Think about it, and remember the responsibilities you have to us, eh? I can't believe it. Steve, please! Ugh. I can't do anything but stare after him as he walks out of the room, feeling like I want to cry but not knowing what to do! Frustrated, I punch the wall, and the searing pain running up my arm is almost a relief. Adam walks back into the room. Are you okay, dude? I can't believe that. He notices my expression. Dude, what? It was stupid. I punched the wall, now my wrist hurts. Don't break your hand, please. It's almost swimming weather. Oh, God. Adam takes me by the shoulders and sits me down in a chair. Can you move it? Yes, but it hurts when I do. Dude, we should take you to the hospital. Not again. We are not casting my arm again. Yep. And if it's broken, it sets wrong, you're going to have a big... Okay. Voice of reason. And if it's broken and sits wrong, you're going to have bigger problems than not being able to swim for a few weeks. Dude, come on. The hospital takes some x-rays and I sit with Adam in the waiting room waiting for the results. Dude, my stupid wrist had better not be broken. Dude, are you okay? I will be if my wrist isn't broken. Okay, stop it. Steve was way out of line. You haven't seen Robert since that night, and Tom just... He shakes his head. So don't give me that. Talk to me, dude. I don't know. I kind of stopped following most of what happened after Tom started writing about Chris and James. Dude, I don't know. We sit there in silence for a bit. Well, if you want to talk at some point, you know I'm here for you, right? Yeah, thanks, dude. A nurse walks up with some papers and what looks like a prescription. I read over them with Adam. Well, that's good. I'll take your word for it. It's just a relatively minor sprain, rest, ice, painkillers, no cast. I guess that's a relief. Although it says here you can put a split on it if you want. No. No way. help it heal. It might help it heal better. No. Okay, let's fill this prescription for some painkillers at least, and I'll walk you back to your room. By the time we get back to the house, it's after dinner. Fortunately, we don't run into either Steve or Tom on the way up to my room. Adam sets the bottle of pills on my desk and leans against my bed. You okay? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go, but if you... Is Steve right? What? No. No, Steve is not right. Chico. It's not any of his business who you date or how you come out or if you come out, dude. We had this talk with James and like a little bit of Chris. Carlos, come on, please. I'm actually legit gonna feel like tears of frustration at the situation. Except it kind of is. No, dude. No! You saw how Tom reacted. Tom was completely terrible. And I don't want to be causing any trouble. Listen to yourself, dude. Why are you so worried about this anyway? It's not really any of your business either. He stops and falls quiet. You're right, this really isn't my business, especially given I'm basically... This really isn't my business, especially given I'm basically leaving this group anyway, but dude... I care about you, and you're really not okay right now if you're thinking like this. I don't want you feeling like this is your fault in any way. If Steve has a problem with you being gay, that's his problem and his fault, not yours. I sigh and flop down on my bed, staring up at the ceiling. But it would be easier. Dude. It's funny, isn't it? No one would bat an eye if I was dating someone like Eva. Some girl strutting her hair around this place like some prize. I'm not sure if that's fair to Eva, dude. But I'm not even talking about sex. Like, if I was dating Chris and wanted to bring him to dinner or something, did that be somehow weird? That's why Steve is full of shit. Chico, but he's not wrong. It would be weird and problematic. Adam only nods, staring at me strangely. Okay, what? Nothing. Dude, you clearly want to say something. You like him, don't you? What, Chris? You could have used anyone as an example. Adam, don't call me out. He just came to mind. Are you sure, Carlos? I mean, we're pretty good. We're pretty close. Although that's more of like me going in like friendship mode. Because the boys. And you've been spending a lot of time with him over the past few months. I've been spending time with you too, Adam. Dude. So, you like him, don't you? Yes? No. Fuck! This is too early! Oh man, is it too early? I don't know how the timeline is in this game, okay? I like him as a friend! Oh shoot, I don't want to, like, I don't know! I'm gonna save here. Okay. Okay, I can do this. No, I don't. I don't know who I like, okay? I haven't been spending a lot of time with Malik. I haven't had a chance to. I haven't been committing to him. Right now, I mostly hang out with Chris because you're a bundle deal. Okay? I ask about him because of bros. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. We're gonna do it. We're gonna say no. We're gonna say no. No. He's just a friend, dude. I like spending time with him and I like spending time with you. Yeah, Carlos. Adam nods, but he doesn't seem convinced. Okay. I should get some rest. You want me to bring you anything? You haven't eaten dinner. I think I'm just going to take one of those pills and go to bed early. Well, come by if you need to talk tonight, okay? Seriously, wake me up. I'm not going to wake you up in the middle of the night, dude. But do it if you need to. Otherwise, I'll check on you in the morning. You don't have to check on me like I'm an invalid, Chico. Okay. I'll come by in the morning and we could get breakfast or something then. Fine. Adam stares at me for a bit before grabbing his coat. Good night, dude. Good night, Chico. God, that whole... Oh, poor Carlos. He wanted to, like, sit down, like, hey, don't decide things for me. And then Steve was just like, he shot him down so hard. Or like in a way that just like, it impacted Carlos so much. And I'm just like, oh, fuck. Oh, it's so good. I love it. I lay in bed for what feels like hours. Tom's words were playing over and over in my head before sleep claims me. Oh god, it's only Saturday! I'm woken up Saturday morning to a knock on my door. The sharp pain in my wrist when I push myself up in bed brings the memories from yesterday flooding back. I walk to the door and open it. Chico, I'm fine, Oh. I stop and find myself staring into Eva's eyes. Sorry to wake you up. Can we talk? I nod, stepping aside and swallowing through the lump in my throat. Is she here to cuss me out? Did she feel like I somehow deceived her? Deceiving her? I was saying deceiving her. Ah! Oh, Carlos. She rushes past me into the room and I can smell her perfume. She stands there for a second, staring away from me before turning towards me. I want to apologize. For what? For Tom. You don't get to apologize to Tom. Tom has to apologize for himself. Oh. That sounds promising, at least. He's been under a lot of stress recently, and I know that doesn't excuse anything he said, because I don't think anything can excuse what he said, but... It's okay. It's not okay, Carlos! She shakes her head and sits on the chair at my desk. No, it's not. You know Tom's mom left his dad when he was in middle school, right? You mentioned that before, yes? He doesn't really have a good relationship with his dad, right? He doesn't. Has he ever mentioned why she left? Never really came up. His dad drank too much. She told him off a few times for it, but one day when he came home completely trashed, she had enough and threw out all the booze in the house, poured it down the toilet. He threw a fit, of course, got violent. She left the next day with Tom and his sister. So when Steve told him he was drinking too much, really drinking too much, I think he was afraid he'd become his dad. That's... Sorry, I'm not telling you this because I want to excuse what he said to you, and I promise you I've given him hell for it, but... She looks at me, searching in my eyes. You're gay, right? Sorry, that was rude of me. It shouldn't matter really, but I think he was just in a mindset where he needs some stability and reassurance, I guess. And when he couldn't find it, he lashed out. She stands. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have come. It sounds like I'm just trying to cover and make excuses for him. It explains things. It is an explanation, but it is not an excuse. It does, but maybe you're just being a good girlfriend for him, or I think you're trying to help me understand him. I think you're trying to help me understand him. Because if it ends up being like he just like blew up, and we could still be like friends, that's fine, but if he just blew up and he's just not gonna like try to patch up the relationship, then I don't care. I personally am just gonna be like, leave him. Leave him. Not like Eva leaving him, I mean like Carlos leaving him. Like, no, just leave him alone. Just don't interact with him unless he wants to actually apologize. I like this one. I think you're trying to help me understand him. Not to excuse him, but at least explain why. She stares at me and nods. I know that doesn't really make anything better, and I'm going to get him to apologize to you properly, but you know how stubborn he is. Yeah. But he didn't really mean it. He's just uncomfortable, I suppose, because he's never really had to get used to the idea. But I know he can. I don't know if that's really any better, but thank you anyway. I suppose it's not. Adam! We're silent for a bit, and Adam walks into the room looking surprised to see Eva. Oh, hi, Eva. I was just leaving. Goodbye, Carlos. What was that about? Nothing. Okay, I won't pry, but I hope it was a good nothing. He tosses me what looks like a wrapped breakfast sandwich. I move to catch it and pain shoots through my arm. The sandwich hits me in the chest. Crap, sorry, I wasn't even thinking. I'd ask how your wrist was doing, but it looks like it's not doing too great. I picked the sandwich up from the floor and dusted off. Yeah, I forgot about it this morning and put weight on it in bed. You should get a splint for it, dude. No more things on my arm. He grabs the container of painkillers. Then at least take one of these, it'll help the inflammation. I take one and he leans against the wall, chewing his sandwich while I sit on my desk and eat. I should actually talk to Steve today. Sorry to prevent you from doing that yesterday. That wasn't your fault at all, dude. Still. You know, it's your advice to help me do this. You basically said something like, don't feel obligated to the frat if it makes you feel unhappy. That sounds a lot wiser than something I would say. So before I let this drop, I have to tell you, dude, you shouldn't feel obligated to keeping up this facade either if it makes you unhappy. Stop letting other people make you miserable. Make sure, bruh. That feels a little unfair, dude. Well, maybe, but it's accurate, isn't it? I'm not saying you have to come out or whatever, but if what's keeping you back is Tom and Steve and... It's not just that, Chico. Well, whatever it is, don't force yourself to be someone you don't want to be for the sake of close-minded people. It's easier to let things stay the way they are. Well, it would have been easier for me to keep going through the motions and staying on with the frat, but here we are. He throws his sandwich wrapper in my trash can. And I think it's time I talk to Steve. Give me a second to finish eating, I'll come with you. It's okay, dude, I can do it. But maybe I'll catch you later today. I nod and watch him walk out of the room, thinking his words over. I finish eating my sandwich and decide to head to the gym to try and clear my head. I get changed, grab my gym clothes, and head to the gym. Damn. Okay, I'm fine. I'm walking down the student center hallway towards the gym when I spot a familiar face. Malik. God, Malik. Carlos, heading to the gym? I just stand there staring at him, memories from last night flooding back into my mind. You okay, honey? Yeah, Robert came back, which is reminding me of Elliot, and Steve wants me to hide the fact that I'm gay, so I don't... Oh shit, what did I just say? Oh god. Malik grins and then laughs. Well, that sounds like a lot, but congratulations on coming out to me. First time? He waits for me to finish, but I only managed to shake my head. Well, congratulations anyway. I'm actually headed to Q&A now if you and your newfound gayness want to join me, or want to talk some more about Steve. I'm going to go run. And Q&A is the last thing I need right now. Well, have a nice run then, and I hope the run helps. I'll see you later, I'm sure. He leaves and I let out a breath I didn't know I'd been holding. That felt strangely liberating, but also terrifying. If anything, that shows like how much Carlos sort of like feels comfortable around Malik. And Malik is like a comforting kind of person. Feels like he gives off the vibes of having like a little like being like open and gay, but not like so much like dad. We're gonna stop here. I reached my time. I'm like going in. Thank you everyone for joining me. I'm very excited. I'm glad to see like how that whole scene went and like afterwards. So if you liked what you've seen, subscribe, turn on notifications to click on that bell icon, or if you want to play the game yourself, links are in the description. Make sure to check out Yags. It's the game that came before this one. You play as Chris, or you could just play as whatever kind of character you want. I also have a playlist where I played as Antonio. Thank you to this month's patrons. Thank you so much for your support. It means the world to me. If you're interested in getting early access or exclusive access to things, check out my Patreon. Links are in the description. Hopefully I'll see you there, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.